What's up, everyone? This is Bacon, and today we are going to be doing a video on Beast. I'm going to be summoning Beast. I have a million different summons, but before we get into that, I am going to go ahead and claim this skin I got from Expedition. Let's go ahead and activate it, see what it looks like. I've kind of commented on this before. Skin is goofy, I'm not going to lie, but how do I activate it? Am I dumb? Do I have to go and maybe I'm crazy. Okay, well, besides that, I got the skin, I think. It's gone, so I must have got it somehow, but we'll get back to that. But today I'm going to go over some of my summons for Beast Grounds. I have been avoiding summoning these 289 summons for a while. Guess I'll go ahead and claim that, and I'll do my summons for Dragon Beast Guy. Don't even know what to call him at this point, but doesn't look like there was anything. I'll take one of those. Looks like the notification thing is still there, but let's go ahead and just start summoning these. And I'm just kind of going to talk about Beasts, my thoughts on them, what I think people should do when summoning for their Beast, and just keep doing this until I basically run out of summons. But I think Beasts overall are in a okay state. I don't think they're not like an exceptional part of the game. I also don't think they're like a miserable or horrible part of the game. It's just something that you just kind of do as you progress in the game. I don't think there's any excitement from them. Like, you don't really get excited when you get a certain summon or reach a certain point, honestly. But it's just kind of there. I don't think it's a good system. I don't like the RNG component of things. I don't like how you can level them up. And it's, even though I'm a fan of having Awakened Beast as an option, I don't like that we're just kind of going to probably eventually just have a bunch of Awakened Beast, and then these ones are just going to be a little obsolete, because it just makes this whole system seem even weirder, because like no one's even close to maxing out their Beast at this point. So what's the point of having an Awakened system when the normal system you can't really even max out? It's like having, I don't know, Belinda and not letting her get to Ascended 5-star, but releasing Awakened Belinda after that. Like, it just seems, or before you can even get Belinda to max out. It just seems kind of weird. But I kind of understand this system is kind of a new thing. I think it's kind of just being ironed out and tweaked out. I don't think the classic version is really much better. The system is quite different, but oops, no, let's take this guy. I think in classic it's just you got to pay a lot, or you just got to play for a very long time to actually progress with your beasts or pets or whatever you want to call them. Now, as far as which beast to go for, just from summoning, you want to go for the green deer, and then also the owl. So the owl here. Obviously, you should just kind of go for whatever ones have the best rarities. Boom. Have I like reached a limit? I don't know what's happening right now. Well, be right back. Okay, we're back. I don't know what happened. I think my game just kind of froze there, and here we are again. So anyway, as I was saying, you want to go for owl and deer, but prioritize rarity first, just because there's more value in being able to, make or trade different beasts, kind of progressing their levels or their combination stuff or whatever. I don't know. Whatever you want to call it. There's more value in that than just getting a bunch of owls or deer. So I would say prioritize that. And then if there's nothing wrong with having multiple deer or owls, there's actually a good amount of game modes where you benefit from having several. Dream Realm, I guess Guild Boss technically would be nice. Owl's really good. I would say Owl's probably the best pet in the game outside of like a maxed out of the Awakened one. I'm assuming, I have not seen, just assuming once you get the Awakened one leveled up the farthest or maxed out the highest, then they're just going to be the best. That's just my assumption. But I think having multiple owls and deer can be useful. I don't think it's something you need to prioritize right away. I think once you get like a deer or owl to like a 6-star or 6 affinity or whatever the heck the things are called, the attributes, then maybe it's nice to get another one that's ascended that has like 4 or 5. That's just my thoughts. I think there's not like a huge need to get like try to get like 7 or 8 affinity or whatever, just because there's a lot of RNG to that, and I think having 2 might be more valuable than having some one-off that's really strong. Now, with that being said, there are beast tier lists online, so I would definitely take a look at that. If you're kind of wondering, like below the owl and deer, what's best? But I think you can put owl and deer, slot them in for most things, even if they don't have the what's it called? The like the faction buff. So for example, the deer gives wilders faction bonuses. You can still put them with some units that aren't wilders, that's fine. And if you didn't know that, there are certain pets, so like the deer is for wilders, this guy is Mauler, she is like hypo celestial, and then the orbs just kind of go with what makes sense. So Mauler, Wilder, Lightbearer, etc. So, it's an interesting one. But as I'm going through here, I'm not like spending too much time like overthinking these. I just kind of see where the purple is, and I click it. And if there's an orange, I click that one. If there's multiple, I click that one. Like, it doesn't. I don't think this is something you really have to over analyze, even in the early stages. Just kind of go for the highest level one, and then if you have a choice, get the deer and the owl, and that's pretty much what you want to do. Now, this might take a really long time. I'm like almost halfway, and I feel like I've been talking for a while. But we're just gonna keep going, I guess. I don't know if we'll get to the end, but we'll try to summon as many as we can, because I kind of want to just ascend all of these and see if I can make some combinations and see if I can get some beasts that are like 7 traits or whatever. Because I think my highest is 6, if I remember correctly. Now, one thing to also keep in mind with your beasts is that, 1 second. Okay. One thing to keep in mind also when you're summoning, I was just having like a brain fart. I'm just trying to remember what I was going to say. Was that you get quests for completing different summons, picking certain heroes, stuff like that. And so you want to make sure that you're collecting these quests. If you go here, it's right here, and then you can collect them here, like get 180 grassy orbs or Dinocera orbs. And you can see it gives you like these kind of overall buffs here, which are nice little bonuses to have. Definitely something that you don't want to overlook. So make sure you are collecting those, because they do, in companions and every game really, like every little bit counts, especially as you're getting into the late game and there's just like certain waves that you're barely not getting past, or you just are stuck on it and it's so annoying. Sometimes those little bonuses can help out a lot. So make sure you are also doing that. And if this is not really super related to the beast, but if you have seen people with their like profile emblem as like a moving beast, you can collect these in here. I do like that little pop-up that's like, hey, you should take the orange one, not the purple one. Because sometimes I do that and I misclick. So if you go to list and then you go up to portraits, and if you go and click on one of these, I believe here, yep, you get the moving one. So those are just a fun way to get little things. I don't have enough for him because I want on him. I think he's cute, or she, or whatever it is. But you just click these, unlock all these, and once you get the 4th one, you get their little emblem. Fun little thing you might not have known. Pretty pretty much you just get it by completing their quest, summoning more beasts of that character. So something you just will kind of unlock as you ascend your beast and kind of level them up. So that's a little fun thing that I didn't realize that for a very long time. I've known for a few months now, but when I realized it, I was like, how did I not realize this? I've been playing this for like 4 months. But let's keep going. We got 93 left. I think we can do it. I'm curious what other people think about the beast, if they think it's a good change if you've played Classic, if you haven't played it, or I'm just curious what you think about Beast in general. Like, do you like this system? Does it just seem like something that's just kind of there and doesn't serve a huge purpose? Do you even know what the Beasts do, or do you just kind of put them in based on recommendation? Because the game will automatically basically recommend it based on the Beast that will have the most like combat rating in that situation. So I think that's also not a terrible way to play. I don't think it's like totally optimal in certain situations, but if you're just like, I don't want to overthink this, you can also do that. Sometimes it's also worth noting if you are stuck on a level in campaign and you're using a certain beast, it can be helpful to just swap to try different beasts. Sometimes that can make a difference depending on what you're doing, your units, the type of beast. So make sure you're trying different things. Sometimes just switching from the owl to the deer can help. Sometimes switching to like a random one that is recommended the highest, even though you don't really use it, can be helpful. So make sure you try those things out too. Because as you're progressing, sometimes those little changes are kind of what you need to get past certain levels. So we are at 50 left. So I'm curious to see what the game does with the Awakened Beast. I haven't really gotten to do much with it yet because I just don't have one that is maxed out. I know some people have. They've been kind of messing with it a little bit. And honestly, I think they're giving enough resources away to summon them eventually. They're not like stargazing or scam gazing cards where it's just like you barely get them unless you buy them with real money or use your arena tokens, which doesn't really seem worth it. They're actually giving you, through Expedition and a few other resources, a lot of these little leaves that you can summon for the dragon or the awakened pets, which I think is nice. I think having a slow kind of flow of it, but not like miserably slow, is totally fine. If you want it to be something that's a little rare, something that maybe incentivizes spending a little bit, but not to the point where like you can't even get it if you don't spend, which is what stargazing kind of feels like. I feel like with stargazing, I haven't bought any stargazing cards. I will say that right now, but I've been playing for 7 months, and through free to play, mostly, I don't even have a fully ascended celestial or hypogene, and that just kind of sucks. Honestly, that is not a good system. Something like that should not take that long. Especially now that they're buffing them, I think it's a good time to kind of reanalyze how they want to do that. So let's go ahead and ascend all these. I feel like my game is going to break because I have so many. All right. That's not as much as I thought. We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 ascended. Okay, that's actually pretty good. Let's go ahead and combine some. For those of you who have never combined your pets before, basically this is a system where you can take 2 different pets, combine them, and then it will make a new pet that can have more of the traits. You can see the number here, kind of as an indicator, and it'll be one of the 2 pets that you get, and then it'll kind of be some sort of variation of all the traits that you have between the pets. Let's just do... I'm gonna go for like a big boy owl. I don't know if this will... I don't know if I can even get a 7-1 through this. Yeah, I'm just gonna keep it. So this is what happens. The one on the left is one of the pets I've combined. one on the right is another one I combined, and the middle one is the new pet. So you can only pick one. So I'm just gonna keep my 6 trait one because 6 is better than 5 and 4. So there you go. I'm gonna get these tokens, which can be used at the beast store. The beast store is very confusing. I don't know what I'm supposed to be doing here. 5,000 for a 8-star one is obviously good, but I'm nowhere near that, and I don't know how long I'll have to play this game to get there. Let's go ahead and see if we can get her up to... I feel like these are all the same. I'll just keep... And honestly, I don't know if I should be doing like 2 5s to get a 6. There's not a lot of like direction, or just... Let's try that. Let's actually just put 2 4s. We'll take the new one. Now let's take a 5. And, oh, okay, no. Let's swap you out for... I could be totally like messing this up, by the way, so I'm not saying you should do this. But this is my theory crafting. Let's do 2 5s. We got a 6. Now let's do 2 6s and see if that changes anything. I got a worst one. Oh my gosh. See, this is something that's just like, why is this even a thing? I'm gonna stick with that one. Okay, so I'm just gonna guess this is total RNG at this point. Nice. My goal is kind of just to get a good amount of these up to 6. Not really like... No like big goals or like direction with this. I'm just gonna kind of do this until I get some 6s and keep my 6s and just kind of go from there, because I really just don't know what the point of this is. I'm getting a good amount of 6s though, so that's nice. Let's see if I can get a 6 of the Ghost Graveborn one. Nope, I got a 4. Sick. All right, so that's gonna be the last of that. That's my rambling of all the beasts. I think I got a lot of more quests here, so let's go ahead and accept those. Increases the health of all beasts by 40%, attack by 27, defense by 70. So very cool. Just kind of progressing on that. Like I said before, this system is okay. It's not my favorite. I think it could be a lot better, but it's just kind of a part of the game at this point. Not anything to write home about. Also, they have this bird here. I've been playing this for 8 months, and I just realized this is a bird in here that's not even part of the game. What is he doing here? What is he doing here? There's like random things like that where they have like a character who's not part of the game, which is fine. But like, this is your home screen, and you got this guy here. You can't even replace him with someone who's not in the game, but like put a real one in there. Tangent aside, that's my video for today. I'm excited for this dimensional event. I feel like I'm just kind of itching at this point. I'm not totally sure what to do with my content until then. I'm really excited. So I'm curious to go through this event with you. I really want to just experience it. But let's just actually, before I end this video, I'm going to check to see if I have my skin. There we go. Now I got my skin. That's like to see. All right. Some good news at the end. Thanks for watching, y'all. Thanks for listening to my ramblings. I hope you have a great rest of your day. And as always, if you like my videos, make sure you like and subscribe below. Peace.